What's different about a Motörhead crowd in South America compared to other places?
It's the same, except there's usually more of them in South America, you know, big crowds down here. You know, people don't realise anywhere else in the world, they don't realise what it's like here, you know, it's ridiculous. And like when you get 54,000 people going Motörhead and doing the football chant, it's magical, you know, I mean, there's nothing like that.
Down here, it's really, you know, fuck me, they're going super hard on what they like, you know, and help, you know, you might as well pack up and run unless you're ready to deliver for these guys, you know.
It's the kind of music that they can aspire to do themselves, right? You might call it three-chord bullshit, but it isn't, you know. There's just as much craft in making a three-chord song sound different from all the other three-chord songs as there is in writing a 25-chord song, you know.
Yeah.
It's like, the passion is most of it, actually.
Yeah.
And the volume, you know, because volume's very important, I think. And we're good, you know, I mean, we're a fucking good band. We deserve success, I don't care, you know. It's not false modesty. I got no false modesty.
Yeah.
I have a certain amount of real modesty, but I don't let it show much. Fuck him, you know. I'm proud of what I've done.
I asked Lem for his autograph when I was 12. I've still got it at home on the programme when he was with Hawkwind. So if somebody'd said to me that night, you're going to be in a big band with this guy for over a quarter of a century, I would have said, you're crazy.
Well, we've been together a long time, us three now, you know. I mean, we've got it down pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have our roles to play, we all do that, you know. It's pretty, I wouldn't say it's mechanical, but it is a machine.
We're not qualified to do much else, and it's a lot of fun, and we enjoy kicking out the music. You know, you might get tired after a long tour, but after 3 weeks, we're just down to get back on the road.
We're three very different dudes, which I think is good, you know, because we have different interests and different ways about us. That helps out a lot. And you know, we've been doing this for so long, all of us. Oh, sure, there's tension, there's fights, and there's, you know, nagging going on sometimes, and all you can do is try to solve it, you know, in a good manner, you know.
I don't know, everyone's different, you know. Lem likes to read a lot, and he's got his iPad there now and stuff. Mickey does his keep fit stuff, and he likes to get his beauty sleep a lot, you know, and I try to fuck about, try to play as many pranks on people as I can. You have to give and take, you know, you have to compromise, because we're all different personalities, so sometimes someone will really get on your tits, but you have to compromise a bit, you know, you have to realise, okay, that's the way they are.
Does someone play the peacekeeper? Does someone play the?
Oh no, I mean,
are there those dynamics in the band?
No, we don't bother with that anymore, we just fight. I mean, you see, the great thing about a three-piece is always a casting vote.
What are the advantages of and disadvantages of being a three-piece band?
Well, the advantage is you get more money. You know, and there's always, like I said, a casting vote, and I think you have to play harder if you're a three-piece. There's nobody to lean on, you know. You're the only one of you in the band, right? So you have to do everything in your power.
How would you characterize the personalities of Phil and Mickey? How are they?
Abrasive. Same as mine. But you have to sublimate that to the whole, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, the first thing a band has to learn, and it's the most vital thing in the world, is tolerance of other people. Because when you're on a bus with two other people, or four or five other people, you know, in some bands, that little thing that they do that irritates you, by the end of the tour, it's huge, you know, you're ready to stab them with the fucking bread knife, you know. So you've got to get rid of that, you know, you've got to cut that down. And some people can't do that. And some people don't like traveling, you know, it's like a lot of different factors, you know. To be in a band, you have to be a special kind of animal, you know.
What?
It's like running away during the circus, you know, it used to be.
Yeah.
Or during the army a long time ago, you know, you'd run away and join the army underage, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You know, to get away.
Do you see yourself as a nomad? As
Kind
a
of,
nomadic
yeah.
type?
Well, home is where you leave your shit, you know. I mean, it's not, this is where I live. This and 1,000 other rooms like it, you know.
Yeah. Are you more comfortable on the move than being in one place?
Yes, I suppose you could use comfortable. In fact, I'm more used to it, you see. I'm more used to being moving, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, we used to do a lot more shows than we do now. We only do 2 and a day off now. We used to do 5 and a day off, and before that it was like 20, you know.
Yeah.
So we cut down a bit because of my advanced age, you know, but apart from that, I still like the road, you know.
Well, it all sort of rolls into one tour. We don't sort of get much time off. Basically, I've been touring for 27 years, basically. But it's great. We try to keep to the same crew as much as possible, so it's like a family.
You like everything being on the road. You know, it's fun to be in the bus, at the hotels, on stage, the nightclub, and you know, I mean, the whole thing. You know, even the fights I like sometimes. You know.
Why do you like to tour?
I don't know, it's because it's different every day, you know, I like a bit of variety, you know, it's the spice of life apparently. And there's all these different girls, you know, that you run into. It's great fun, especially down there, beautiful girls down there, you know.
I mean, other bands I've interviewed describe the tedium of being on the road. Do you
That's because they're
suffer?
fucking tedious people.
So how do you keep it from not being?
I have hobbies. Well, you know, there's always women to chase, isn't there? And there's always, like, something interesting to go look at. There's always something, you know. I mean, you can just sit in your fucking dressing room and play Angry Birds like I was tonight, you know. I mean, you got to keep yourself occupied. If you sit staring at the bloody wall, it's going to be tedious, isn't it, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
Write letters home, you know.
How important is humor on the road for Motörhead?
Massive. I mean, this is like, I said this for years, you know, that we are like Spinal Tap with no script.
Oh, without humor, you might as well go home, you know.
Oh, you'd go insane otherwise, wouldn't you? If you couldn't do it for this long without, you know, enjoying it and having fun. You couldn't do it. You'd be total manic depressive, or you'd just kill everyone, or you'd kill yourself.
Any particularly humorous moments on the road that you can recall?
Well, I rode a horse on stage with Testament and Metal Masters a couple of years ago. I was dressed in a shocking blue wig and a dress that Ronnie Dio gave me.
That's a Keith Moon-esque prank, that is. That's worthy of Mooney. I mean, we did, first Mickey went on with one of them Mexican suits with the mule where it's your legs, you know.
Yeah.
Oh boy, you know, and all that. He went on first with the sombrero and the moustache. And then Phil on the horse with the dress on that Ronnie Dio bought him and the purple wig. And then I come up behind just as an Arab with the towel and the black tape and the shades sweeping up behind the horse, you know. And we went out there and we come back again. And Chuck Billy said over the mic, he said, "I'll never top this," he said.
There was some effort put into this one, yeah, definitely. But that's what makes it fun, you know. This is the shit you will always remember, you know. Walk across the stage with this half-tranquilized horse, you know. I heard he was Valiumed up pretty good to be able to, you know, he was a calm horse anyway, and we didn't want to harm no animals. And we were asking the girl a lot of times, you know, can the horse deal with this, you know? Oh, no problem. But he was given some Valiums, I think, before.
So why pull it? Why go to such lengths to dress up into this stuff and actually go to these lengths on the road?
Because I'm crazy, I guess. So that's what I like to do, you know. So these days it's so business-like, you know, and I try to keep it like in the old days. You know, we've got to have fun, you know. And if you've been on tour for a long time with a band, you've got to fuck about on the last gig. That's the way I see it.
What do you hope Motörhead fans get out of seeing you guys live?
Satisfaction, you know, proof of that we are as simple and as complex as we say we are, and we said that we are for so many years, and there's really no cheating behind our show or our albums or our performance in any way, shape or form.
I hope they get, you know, a charge out of it. I hope it makes them feel 10 feet tall for a couple of hours, you know. I hope they go home a wiser but deafer person, you know.